So those salamander you see with like the yellow-orange stripes, those are super common all across America. So when you see those salamanders, the ones with the orange and yellow like stripings, those are really closely related, but they're a far smaller cousin to the axolotl. Like I said,
we found this one on our porch.
They can grow this big. And in my tank, mine might grow that big. And I'm excited for a fucking foot-long axolotl that's worth like $600-700.
Well, this one is spotted. It's not striped.
Leopard gecko. Or,
it's slimy.
Salamander. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to touch them. One of the coolest things about salamanders is they extract oxygen from water through their skin. And so they extract oxygen and water through the moisture on the ground and in the air as they move and walk, which is really interesting. It's one of the coolest parts about their skin, and why it's very important you don't damage their membrane. Because,
why you can't pick them up a lot.
They,
with your bare hand.
Yeah, they soak up the majority of their nutrients through their skin. So when that gets ruptured or damaged, they can suffer from certain mineral deficiencies that can lead to some pretty bad diseases down the road.
Well, it's also going to have a mucus around it when it's outside. And I think, fish have that.
It's not mucus. It feels like mucus. It's not mucus. That's actually their skin.
Alright, well, when I've touched...
That's the secretion on their skin that separates the water from the air and from the
Although I've
ground.
never touched a salamander, I've touched a stingray.
They have skin. Stingray don't have skin.
But it does have a membrane around it, and it felt like a slimy sponge, and I was told that's the protective membrane.
Yep. It's like a thin barrier. It's kind of like the thin barrier that you have on your own skin. That's the bacteria that protects you, fight other bacteria around you.
That's why I don't use hand sanitizer.
That's why you shouldn't.
Because it just contributes to more resistance.
Well, it depletes your resistance.
Well, yeah, because it's killing the good bacteria.
Exactly.
That's why I just rather, again, I just go straight for hand washing.
As you should. Proper hygiene is the most important
I like
side
to
of
do
it.
a service for everyone by doing that.
Alright, so you want a dubstep.
Yeah, I'm hearing it. Well...
Oh yeah, I know. You know what's funny? This is from 2019.
What group?
This is Ganja White Knight. Ganja White Knight is still, like, really big. This one's from 2020. This one's my favorite that they've done in recent years. This fucking song slaps, and it's with one of my favorite artists. It's with Liquid Stranger. And Liquid Stranger's a fucking boss. Like, he's been around for so fucking long. I love his scales. And then I have one from Norman. And when I talk about scales, this is what I talk about. so much of a snare. I forget, Morgan, did you say you're a big fan or a huge fan of Tom Morello?
I would say big fan, mainly around a technical level. What he can do with a guitar.
Have you ever heard what he can do with a dubstep artist?
Not yet.
I'm about to show you.
No, come on.
Oh yeah.
No,
Tom Morello.
I did a free spin and it was rigged.
No,
whatever.
trust me,
It's not a big
Ben
deal.
like it, Chance, Diamond.
Tom Morello did a song with Knife Party.
Oh, Knife Party! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I've heard of
I saw
that.
Knife Party live.
I
Knife Party was
want
fucking
some of their
dope.
songs. I would like to go to the U.S. Virgin
I can't
Islands
listen to
and
them
get.
anymore.
Why?
I can't do it because I saw them live and now I can only see them live. When I saw
Oh,
them,
I was thinking like
when you
they're
see them in a live set versus listening to them, it's a whole different monster. There's so much
Well,
better
when I
live.
went to that Disturbed concert, opened by In This Moment, it was just, I was like, is this like a high? Because the energy from just the blast of music.
That's
And,
concert euphoria.
yes, I was like, I felt like I was on a drug.
I mean,
That's-
I've been to basement shows that are like that, in a way.
Any show is like that.
Although,
It's
my
just
mom,
the euphoria of being at a show. Okay? Take it from someone who used to go to a show every other night. It's all it is. Like, I love going to concerts. I miss going to concerts. I miss
Same
going
here,
to
man.
real shows. Like,
well,
I'm about to be making my own music starting fucking this Thursday when I go out and set things up in the studio with my LFO generator.
Oh yeah, dude, I finally made a new character, literally for the first time in nearly a year and a half.
Oh yeah?
Yep. Came up with the idea in Jada's stream.
Nice.
Boom. His name is literally just Bag.
so basically, you took inspiration from what Shia LaBeouf
Oh,
did
that-
at that red carpet.
No,
I
that's
need
my
you to maybe do
that's
one
my
for me
OC.
down the road.
that's my OC, but I stuck a bag on its head.
Alright,
Dude, I can make you
so
one.
here we go.
I used to make total drama OCs a lot in high school.
Here you go. Tom Morello with Knife Party. Hey, it's Alex.
He also, I think he collabed with Maria Brink for a song.
Yes, he did. He's
Was it
collabed with a
Hunting
lot of
Grounds?
people.
I think it was Hunting Grounds.
Maybe?
From
Sounds
her
right.
latest. By the way, her
Sounds
latest
right.
album.
I saw
is-
her live too. You don't have to tell me how good they are. I've seen them live.
Yeah, but their
I'll tell you
latest
this,
album,
they're
I
not
felt
good
like
live.
actually my mom
They
likes
were
her
okay.
voice.
Let me take that back. They weren't the worst show we saw that year. Marilyn Manson was the worst show we saw that year.
Uh-oh, he lost his edge.
What happened?
In This Moment was actually really good live. My only critique was how many times she changed outfits. New Year's Day kicked ass. That she fucking opened for In This Moment.
Ash
and
Costello.
New Year's Day was fucking good. Holy God. Ugh. And then Dead
Well-
opened for them. And
Well,
Dead
Maria
opened.
Brink is big on
Oh my-
theatrics.
Yeah, and like I'm about theatrics, but I wasn't about her like there were many times where she would change outfit and then change outfit and then change back into the last outfit, which seems stupid.
I
That
mean,
was my
Well,
issue.
because she
Yeah,
It wasn't
well,
anything with the
opened up.
theatrics. The theatrics kicked ass. It was the like I mean to be fair, I saw some titty. But like it wasn't
Well, they have to do it quick and
yeah, she also wasn't wearing fuck all anything under her outfits, and so yeah, you saw her tits quite a few times throughout the night.
Well,
and I
thing
think
is,
I saw
she's-
some cooter.
thing is she's a well-endowed woman.
She is a very well-endowed woman. She's also an incredibly, curvy woman. Very full
She is.
figure.
Well, that and what I like is what
she's
come
very
through.
she's very, like, body positivity. She's
Well-
very into body positivity.
Well,
and,
having
like,
curve
that's
is
all-
natural
yeah.
anyway. That's always been around.
Well, yeah, I'm not shitting against that. I'm shitting against the fact that she changed outfits. She did 13 songs, and she did 13 outfit changes, and there were 4 outfits throughout the night.
Wow.
When she could have just done 4 outfit changes and saved herself some time and maybe done some more music.
I mean, I would say you have a bunch of money, why not go all out?
Honestly, but I mean, the 15 seconds between each song, and then they did do this really cool medley that went on for about 15 minutes that was really cool. But, like, the show itself was spectacular. My only critique was how many times she changed outfits. And that's not a big critique. It's a very minor one.
Because they opened up for Disturbed
They probably
that
didn't
one
do
year.
any of that. Yeah, they were
Only
the
twice.
headliners.
They only did it twice, and they did.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Which
They were the
maybe 4
headliners
songs.
of
I
the
think they
show.
did 4 songs, and the last one was their upcoming song from their new album, and I loved it because it's called Legacy, is the name of it.
I mean, we saw them... Fuck, when did we see them? We saw them when Roots came out. We saw them on the album tour for Roots. And...
The album Ritual.
Yes. Thank
Yes.
you. So we saw them on the Ritual tour. New Year's Day opened for them. New Year's Day was spectacular. Oh my god, start to finish. They did the same amount of music as In This Moment, and In This Moment had a whole, like, 15 minutes more. It was pretty funny. Excluding the medley, which was obviously, like, 12 songs. But, yeah, like, it was definitely cool. And I would definitely see them again. I wouldn't see them headline again. I would definitely see them open.
Well, Mom and I weren't disappointed when they opened for
Oh, no,
Disturbed.
they're
At
great.
first, my
She's
mom was like, "Oh
phenomenal
man."
live. Disturbed is a huge disappointment.
No, actually, they delivered. Mom was afraid. Oh man, they better deliver because her opening was pretty well. And
Nah, here's the thing. What Disturbed has become, they will deliver. Absolutely. What Disturbed has become being the key line there. He doesn't do the more intense songs anymore.
well, it's because he has to care.
He
He
can't.
has to be careful with
Yeah.
the axe.
Yeah, he can't. He doesn't do... Like, when I saw them live was on the Asylum tour. So, Asylum had just come out, and Asylum is where I kind of checked out on them. And that's when I met him. Right? And that night was fucking nuts. Hailstorm, Stone Sour,
Oh,
Avenged
wow.
Sevenfold during the Nightmare album tour, and then Disturbed starting their Asylum tour. So, Disturbed's first show of their tour,
Wait,
the
that was
third
early
show of
2010s,
Avenged Sevenfold's
right?
Nightmare tour. Huh?
I think that was early 2010s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
I was 17. I was
'cause I remember
2011. It
those
was right
were
after the Rev
trending
died.
at the
Because
time.
when I saw them live, Nightmare had just released. The song, not the album, the single had just released. Barely any of the album had been heard when they went touring. And I got to meet Sinister Gates. I got to meet M. Shadows. I got to meet all the guys and the drummer from Dream Theater. I got to meet Disturbed. I got to meet Corey Taylor. I got to meet Lizzie Hale. I got to meet Jim Root. I got to meet a lot of really incredible musicians that night because one of my friend's moms just ended up backstage talking to the manager of the event.
Okay, what connections does she got?
She's hot.
Oh, okay.
She's ridiculously fucking hot.
A 10? A dime piece?
I can't go into it.
Okay. I'll just leave it at that.
I guess I probably would say
I don't
that
think
would-
she's that attractive, personally. But all my friends always ripped on my boy Zach about how hot his mom was.
Of course.
I thought she just looked like a basic-ass white mom from suburbia. Like...
Did she have that girl next door type of vibe?
Young Jane Fonda.
Oh.
Like, you understand the appeal, right? Like, you can get the appeal, but it's kind of like modern young Jane Fonda. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, she's definitely attractive, and she's going to stay that way forever. And that's just the way she is. Like, she was... You know, and fairly well aged by the time this was happening. Like, she's in her 40s by that point, I guarantee it. But at the same time, all the guys in Avenged Sevenfold are married by this point. All the guys in Disturbed are married. Everyone's married except for fucking like Lizzie Hale and the members of Hailstorm, who were really nice. They were really nice, in case you guys were wondering. They were really tired, and they ended up going, like, right to their bus and right to bed shortly after, like, we got to say hi and meet them real quick. But they were very nice, they were very fine, like, just, we're not used to big tours like this, because they were just getting, well known. They had one song on the radio that was well known.
Which was...
Fuck if I remember. I don't know. Really a long time ago.
Love Bites or Get Off?
I think it was Get Off.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
the,
everywhere in 2010.
I think that was the one. That was from their first album, because they only had the one album out. Like,
yeah, that's when I started hearing about them.
I remember Avenged Sevenfold. I was front row. Front fucking center. And then I hear this guy screaming behind me. He's like, "Don't fucking jump!" And I'm like, what? And I look up. And there's this guy walking around on this scaffolding above the stage. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm wondering what the fuck he's doing. I'm wondering if he's stagehand, right? Because I'm tech crew. I know what it's like to be stagehand. And if he's up there as stagehand. But then I didn't realize... There's no way to get to that fucking, like, scaffolding from any... It's a free-hanging scaffolding, and there's nothing on it. What the fuck are you gonna do with it? Right? There's nothing there. And then I see him, like, do this thing with his hands, and he puts this thing around his neck, and he jumps. Off the side, with a rope hanging from his neck. And you see his body snap limp.
Oh, frick.
And then you hear it. The opening bells to Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold. The opening bars start playing. And
Wait a
you're
minute.
like, oh my god.
Was this part of the...
This was the opening to the fucking act.
So it wasn't just
It was
some guy
totally
that...
staged. It was 100%
Okay,
staged.
okay.
You can see it online. If you go online, you can find the opening A7X opening Nightmare, and it shows the guy do the drop and hang, and that's the beginning.
I mean, even if you're staging that, that is still dangerous to do.
Oh, exceptionally. But here's the thing. The rope is never long enough to go taut. It's never long enough to go completely taut. And he's wearing a waist with a 5-point harness.
Okay.
So You couldn't tell he was wearing a harness at first. It wasn't until he dropped that you could see the harness when he started swinging, because when he did it in Minneapolis, the rope flew off of his head. And so at first it looked legit, but then it wasn't. And you're like, oh my god. But it was a legit person.
Well,
it
the
was
thing
the
is,
it was the tour manager. We actually asked him about it, and he was like, yeah, no, that was me. We're like, oh my god.
because the one instance of, now this had to do with film, when they were filming Scarface, and there's the scene where they, I think it's F. Murray Abraham's character gets shoved outside the helicopter, and he's hung.
Yep.
There was a lot of
That
risk in
actually
that.
had a lot of really
Yeah.
big issues with it.
Oh, thank you, China. Yeah, no. But yeah, they did that as the opening. And it was so badass. Because right when, like, the guitar riff started, the entire stage lit up with fire. The entire stage was decorated with what looked like graveyard fencing. And at the mortar helms between each fence line, there was a torch that was a flamethrower. So it could be a tiny flame, like a dull
felt
little
the heat,
torch
didn't
flame,
you?
or it could be a 30 and half foot tall fucking geyser of fire. And it
When the
was
flamethrowers were used
badass.
at Disturbed concert, even we were far away, we could feel the heat.
See, Disturbed, when I saw them, they didn't do any pyro.
There you
All
go.
There
they did
was
was
some
laser.
at this one we went to in Greenville.
Was it outdoors? He has a thing about doing pyrotechnics indoors. He doesn't do them indoors. So it was all lasers and, like, smoke when I saw him.
This was actually indoors, believe it or not. But it was so big. So
That might have been it, too. Target Center's not that big. It's a basketball stadium. It's not
this
very big.
was, I forgot
It's
which.
right in the middle of our fucking city.
It was in Greenville. I just don't remember what the stadium was or theater.
There you go. Bag.
See, this guy that we're listening to right now, I really want to go see live again. But if I ever go see him live again, I can't do drugs.
The hell
can't.
happened the
And I
last
need to-
time?
Bro, alright. You want to hear what happened last time?
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
So,
Wait,
Alright.
is that local age before Ender?
hold on. So, this starts up, right? I put my earplugs in to save my ears because he's got 500,000 watts of bass. And I'm like, I don't know what that does to a human being. Then that happens. And they fall out of my head from the bass's vibration of my skull. Then that one happens. And I go limp.
Just like a system.
And then that one happens. And I'm on top of the crowd. And then this snaps off and I'm floating around the crowd for 45 minutes.
Did you have any heart palpitations?
Yes,
Of course.
I was
don't like-
standing 8 feet from a subwoofer. I was holding the rail as hard as I could, but my body could not hold it because it was vibrating so heavily. But then
I don't
this,
like that feeling.
I was flying around the fucking crowd during this set. Fuck, this fucking show is so fucking good. Actually, he went right into this. part. Immediately jumped into this bit. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. And it was hard to deal with. Like, that was Excision. And it's one guy.
Oh,
And
Excision!
he's a beast.
I've heard of it.
I need to see him live again. He's
Oh.
so fucking good.
I heard of Excision because there was this guy years ago on YouTube who pranked his dad with a wake up. Excision VIP, I believe. And his dad got mad.
VIP.
Existence VIP.
Existence VIP. Powering up the base cannon.
Or there was a certain portion of it where
Oh, fuck, man. Now I gotta
the
put it
bass
on.
would drop in, his dad
Hold
got
on.
up and he
No, I'll
cussed
show
at
you.
him.
Right here. I know exactly what he did.
For too long, salvation is initiate phase 1.
This used to be his intro for the longest period of time. Powering up the bass cannon.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's funny. This is actually the song that woke me up one day. And it was the reason why I fell in love with Excision and dubstep. That is the reason why I fell in love with EDM. My buddy had that set as his alarm. And he had it rigged up to a fucking 12-inch subwoofer right next to the bed. And fucking 7 o'clock comes around. Pew! 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 And I'm like, what is this? What is this magical sound that makes me feel so good? I fell in love with dubstep from that point on. No, I need killing time.
In my dreams,
Actually, I got a better idea. I got you in the crowd. You're right there. Listen to some Romanized Hebrew. While staring at my aquarium. I love this group. So these guys, I've met twice. I've seen them live twice. They are a full group. Guitarist, drummer, singer, and then DJ. The DJ does everything in real time. It's really cool. It's really impressive. He's also their keyboardist. And then this song is completely sung in Romanized Hebrew. It's about needing an angel because you're losing your mind and you feel so lost. But then you come to terms with everything and realize you're just tripping balls in a zoo and there's like tigers and lions and monkeys and shit looking at you. Literally what this song translates into. And I'm wearing their t-shirt.
Ah! So I've heard of that group.
They're one of my favorite bands, period. Whenever they come to town, I see them, if I have the money. Because whenever I go to see them live, we always end up spending like $400. Because we go and we see them live, and we hang out with them after the show. But we're also usually tripping face off acid, and we're usually like a little drunk. We always get like a package and stuff.
Yeah, I bet it adds up.
It does. This last time around, we got a vinyl though. It's pretty dope.
What language is that?
This is Romanized Hebrew. He's saying, "Send me an angel." More to the lyrics, I'm just like blanking on them because like I used to know the whole translation by heart, and then I've slowly forgotten it over time, and now I just know the gist.
Is it Latin?
No, it's Hebrew.
Oh,
How many times do I gotta say Hebrew?
Oh,
It's Romanized Hebrew, meaning proper Hebrew. It's the type of Hebrew they teach in Hebrew school. It's not language Hebrew. It's not what you would use to communicate. It's what you would use in writing. Or, in this case, poetry. Because it has a better and easier flow of sound to tone. And so instead of having the hard inflections and the hard, like, phlegm points that you
oh
would
yeah,
normally
that's
use
what
in
I think of when I think
communicative.
of. Or is
Yeah,
that just
you're thinking
Yiddish?
of communicative Hebrew. So,
Although Yiddish is similar, although.
Yiddish is closer to German than Hebrew.
Well, yeah, and the German language is already harsh enough.
Exactly. So because Yiddish is interesting because Yiddish is an amalgamation language.
Yeah.
It's a language of many languages because it created an easier method for the Jews in Europe, the Ashkenazi, to communicate with each other. It helped with their communities, it helped with community from one to another, all communicate with one another, even if they were in different countries, because, you know, you speak the motherland. So if you're in Germany, you speak German. If you're in Poland, you speak Polish. But you still need to communicate with your own people, and so sermons were held in Yiddish because it was an amalgamation language of Polish, Turkish, Italian, Austrian, German, and a wide variety of other languages. So it was easier to communicate across a wide board. So
Sephardi's
Yiddish is weird.
inhibit. Sephardi's made up most of the Jews in Turkey.
Yes, that is true. But I mean, that was the point of Yiddish. Was the whole point was a unified language for the people to use intermingling, so that way they could keep it within their own communities, right?
In the Sephardi, they speak Ladino, although you do not. I don't even know what it sounds like, actually.
It's like a more Arabic version of Hebrew, kind of like Yiddish is a more German version. Yiddish is primarily German tone. Like, it's primarily German-Polish. Like, those are the two main, like, focuses, because those are the two main groups. Two main communities. Especially Poland. Fuck Poland.
What? Hey, I love the Poles.
Man, if Poland wasn't such a pushover, my family wouldn't have gotten taken from Turkey. Hungary. Not Turkey, my bad. Hungary. Taken from Hungary, and then forced into Israel at the end of everything.
Oh,
It's kinda
forced. Oh, forced.
yeah, my family was one of the families that was pushed that way, and then
Oh.
they left immediately. They left fucking immediately.
Oh, so it was coerced. So people were coerced to go to Israel.
I mean, when you're a refugee, it's not a lot of coercion. You know what I mean? Because that was the main influx of the people that went to Israel, whereas
So
a lot of
basically
them were
World
the
War-
refugees. The Jewish refugees that survived the concentration camps. A lot of those were the ones that were kind of...
But that would...
That was the whole point in, like, founding Israel for the Jews. It was to found them for the
But it seems like a lot of this took a lot of planning. Like, they planned for that to
England
happen.
had a long time to build this up.
Well, I think even certain people in the Nazi Party planned this.
I'm not so much sure about the Nazi Party. So
I'll
much
have to...
as, like, probably groups similar, but you also have to remember a lot of the groups that are similar are still active. They're just not what you think. You know? Like, Bayer Aspirin. Let's talk about Bayer. You know what Bayer is?
Monsanto, which bought
Yeah.
Bayer.
Yeah.
I
What's
don't...
aspirin?
Well, I don't
Aspirin's a
bother...
synthesized chemical that's used for pain relief.
I never
That was
used it.
synthesized from the chemical that they used to gas the Jews. Yeah, it's the same chemical. It's
Well,
just
then you could go to Zyklon B. You can go to what?
Yeah.
IG.
all of that.
Faber.
Cyclone B specifically. Cyclone B is so funny because that is what was turned into aspirin. That is what aspirin is, and the reason why it was B was because A left an odor, and that odor was easily distinguished, and they had to get rid of it because it was cutting into the bottom line on how they were gassing these fucking Jews, because there was this huge stink every time they did a gas chamber. So they had to get rid of that stink. So they got rid of it by creating Cyclone B.
But also, it would make it hard for you to know if you were being...
That was the reason why they
Oh,
needed to
yeah.
get rid of the smell. So you didn't know. See,
Certain
that's why
chemicals-
I cracked the joke. That's why I cracked the joke. I'd love to get a gym membership, but I got issues with mass showers.
I know! It's self-depreciating. And that, I think, is the best humor.
Well, I mean, there's a big difference between me and a pizza. The pizza doesn't scream when it goes in. Get it? What does a pizza go in?
An oven. Oh, man,
The best part about my family lineage is I can fit everyone in my car. 4 in the seats and the rest in the ashtray. I got a gang of these, like, you don't want me to keep going.
You know, at first, I actually found out that I got an update on my family tree DNA results.
I gotta do that soon. I think I'm gonna do that.
The
this next week or
update,
so.
originally, it gave me 3% Sephardi. And I was like, how did that happen?
That's not that surprising.
But I'm like, where did that come from?
Ancient blood lineage.
Well, I know, but, like, I mean, was it from maybe someone in Charleston years ago? Because there's a Sephardic community there historically.
How about the fact that it could have been even further back than that even? It could have been
I mean, I'm just
so
saying
far
because
back.
they were the first Jews to come to the Americas, were the Sephardi.
Yes, they were. And
Or my dad's side, who was from Portland, Oregon. And that could mean anything.
Here's what I'm going to say. There's a very high plausibility that you have that in you, not even from the Americas. There's a good chance you have that in you from your own blood lineage fucking 1,000 years ago. You know.
Well, the
if
thing
at any
is, they
point in
changed
time,
it.
And if conversion. You know.
Conversos. And
So,
then there's Miranos.
you know, there's a lot to it. There's a lot more to it, and 3% ain't nothing. Like,
It's background
The thing
noise,
is-
basically.
the thing is I know that when I do mine, I'm gonna get, like, probably 0.02% Neanderthal, because I know my family lineage back to the 1300s. And my family lineage back to the 1300s, guess what? It's white, mixed with white, mixed with white, mixed with a lot more fucking white. And then on my mom's side, it's probably going to be where all the mutt DNA comes in, but it's going to be primarily Israeli. Going to be primarily Israeli and Hungarian.
Wouldn't Semites be Caucasian?
Not necessarily.
I thought they were, because
You-
Persians and Arabs and they're
Olive.
Caucasian because of the Caucasus Mountains.
I would call it Mediterranean. Which
Yeah,
would
but
be
that's a
separate
subgroup.
subsect.
That would be a
It's
subgroup.
It's a subsect, yeah. But
I'm
I would call
mostly-
it Mediterranean, not necessarily... Because Caucasian would be a slightly different subset, right? Because you'd have a fairer skin, a softer or straighter hair, versus a curlier and a more of a soft tan or olive
I burn.
complexion. I have an olive complexion. I don't burn. I don't burn.
Yeah, I
for
can
a
see
damn.
it, and you can see the coolness of my skin. Or maybe it's the lighting.
No, my skin is definitely a summer. I hate that it's a summer because I have to wear reds, and reds take away from my eyes like intensity, which sucks because they have really bright green eyes. Which, if I was more of a spring or if I was more of a winter, they would be definitely more impressive. But I have this like somewhat green olive skin, so it's subset.
But I found out that they took that out and they updated it to 7% Magyar.
See, I'm expecting to see Babylonian in my fucking DNA. That's the one I'm expecting. I'm expecting Macedonian. I'm expecting Babylonian. I'm expecting Neanderthal. Those are the three I'm expecting. If they don't show up, I'd be really motherfucking surprised. I'd be really fucking surprised. I'd be like, wow. Okay.
Now, I was shocked that. But yeah, the Magyar, I was like, well, maybe I could see that, but...
The one that would surprise me the most if I have would be German and Romani. I do not think I have any Romani in me.
Well, the thing is,
My mom
Romanis
begs
have...
to differ.
There's been Romanis throughout parts of Europe, though.
There have been Romani throughout parts of everywhere.
Well, yeah.
That's the thing with gypsies. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if it was there. But it would also be like, I doubt it's there, kind of thing. Like, though, if I do have some Romani, I might have to go talk to my local gypsy sect. Be like, yo,
Oh, get some minority points.
no, fucking join the gang and become a Peaky Blinder.
Now, but yeah,
What about
so it
that
changed
paper?
from 3% Sephardi. It changed from 3% Sephardi to 7% Magyar and 3%, like Amerindian, mainly of the South
See,
Mexican.
Morgan. You a
What?
Jew,
Yeah.
right? Like, is it on your mom's side or your dad's?
My mom's?
It's on your mom's, so you are a Jew.
Chris came right up from Maryland, so...
I never,
Okay, yeah.
you know, I
My
never.
mom was born in Hawaii, though.
Really?
Yeah, I have like 200 relatives apparently in Hawaii. I think.
I didn't know they existed there. I mean, no, not the same.
Like I
mean, they
told
exist
you,
everywhere.
I only know of my cousin Harry, who's a folk
That's
punk
insane.
singer.
That's insane.
Yes, my cousin's
Hawaii.
a folk punk singer. But
No, that's
yeah.
not the part that's insane. That part makes sense. The Hawaii part.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm just
It's
still
like that-
shocked. I'm only shocked of Harry because, yeah.
Well, like my mother's father is from Los Angeles. His family moved there after, I think, World War II. They moved there from Europe, though. They're like Europe Jew. And
All I
then
know is my mom was
mom's
born
mom
there,
is
and
the
I was born in
Israeli side,
Connecticut.
because
So.
that bitch, when she went in the ground, she looked, bruh. My grandma, I've only seen pictures. I've never met her. I never met her, not once. But my grandma, I didn't realize it was my grandma. My cousins had to tell me that was my grandma because I saw this picture of this black lady, and I was like, who is that? And they looked at me like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no, I'm dead ass serious. Who the fuck is that? And they're like, that's our grandma. That's your grandma. Oh.
Yes,
My grandma was straight Middle Eastern. She was straight Middle Eastern. She was dark as shit.
Mizrahi?
Cute. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Dark as shit. She tanned every day on top of it. So, like, she was dark. Like, she looked black. And, like, to be fair, she's Middle Eastern, so. But yeah, no, it always trips people out when I'm like, yeah, no, I'm actually, like, Middle Eastern. Like, actually. Very small amount.
Yes, I'm hitting on Ken to test the theory.
what's the theory?
Since Dustin brought up the St. Anger snare, I've been trying to figure out how to do that, but put in the gore grind music. Something like that.
I have a suggestion,
Yep.
actually. It's gonna sound weird, and you're gonna have to stake someplace out with a buddy in a truck.
Hell if I
But
know
get
a
your
thing about
hands on an empty keg.
It doesn't show
that. I mean,
An empty beer keg.
I would have to figure out how to haul that in here, dude, because, yeah, I don't have much room to store a beer keg.
No, you don't. And that's why I'm telling you, like, it's not gonna be easy, but that would be ideal, because then you'd get that exact sound.
I mean, then again, I'm also trying to figure out how to reprogram one of my kits into something like a gore grind band kit or
See,
something.
you could probably program one of your fucking pads to sound like a beer keg.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not unheard of in heavy metal. Like, Slipknot uses a beer keg.
Yeah. Well, I know that. Just that.
Well, I mean, other bands have in the past as well. Maybe not a beer keg, but the top cap of a beer keg, because that's really the main thing you want to hit anyways. Or like just like the empty husk of the beer keg.
Yeah. I gotta think of that.
You
Or
could
figure-
probably find. Actually, you know what you could do, and it would be way easier, is they sell soda beer kegs, where it's soda on the inside, like root beer,
Yeah.
and you could probably just drink that bitch and empty it out and use that. And then you'd have a bigger surface area to be playing with and hitting and fucking around with and toying with. And you'd be able to store it easy, because it's only like that big.
Yeah. Just the fact that I've been meaning to get to figuring out how to get an SD card and junk and how to put it in there so I could brain sounds back and forth and figure all that crap out. Then
See,
I could
that's what
probably
I'm
get
so
a beer
excited
keg
for.
snare sample or
Bro.
something.
That's what I'm so excited for. What are you showing us?
That's my results for family tree DNA.
I can barely read it.
Yeah, you had
What
the
are you
full screener.
primarily?
97% European. Most of it being Western Europe. Ireland,
France,
Scandinavia, and
Yeah.
the Isles.
Scandinavia.
Which explains why I'm very,
Explains a lot.
very kind of Aryan looking.
Yep, that would be the Scandinavian.
Yeah.
Especially if you have Dane.
I'm not gonna lie. They have the most beautiful people
Danish-
there.
Yeah, Danish people are the most beautiful people on the planet, period. On average, they are a foot taller than everyone else on the planet.
That's
They
why a
have the
lot
most-
of
Like, no. They are the healthiest. They are the most beautiful. There's nothing we can do about it. I cannot wait to get into the studio on Thursday and fuck around and start fucking with LFO creators again. I have an LFO creator already set up. I have all my plugins set up and downloaded. My dad's been setting it all up for me. And I've already given him his homework. He's gonna play me 3 chords on the guitar. A G, a D, and a C. In that order. And I'm gonna do a bar progression through an LFO creator. I'm gonna do these like fucking crazy like low ass drops. And these crazy like dubstep-y sounds. Using those 3 chords off the guitar. I'm gonna show him how to do it. And I cannot wait to fuck around with it. Because I'm gonna show him how it's done. And he's gonna put down some stuff, and we're gonna bounce back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until it's complete. And my dad's got. Let me explain it this way. My dad owns a recording studio, and so we have all the equipment we need to create this stuff. Sorry, this is me, by the way. What you're listening to, that's me.
No.
So, I've done this before, and I know what I'm doing when it comes to completing and putting this shit together. And so I'm really excited to be working on my own actual project, not with someone. Like, my dad's gonna mix it and finish it, and I'm gonna basically do all the other work and put it together. It's gonna be great. I can't wait to start like putting my music out on here. I'm gonna be putting together sets and putting that all together on here and doing live sets of me DJing my own music. Pretty soon. It's gonna be nice. And so I'm gonna be having all my downloads available on iTunes and like Spotify and stuff too, so you'll be able to find my music all over. Wait for it. See, like, I cannot wait to get back into the studio on Thursday. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I actually have to call my dad and let him know. We also have to talk about my inheritance, which I'm not excited about.
Oh man.
Oh, you have no idea. You
Well, I
idea.
wouldn't know.
No, when he dies, that's it. I'm never gonna have to work again.
Oh, yeah, your dad's rich, I forgot.
When he passes, I will never have to work again. My kids probably won't have to work.
Maybe
Like-
buy out the site.
I mean, would I buy out this site? No.
Like,
Would
Oh.
I copy this site and make my own? Probably.
Okay. a
If
parallel.
you do, I will move to that instantly.
I know you would. I know a lot of people would. But here's the thing. I would have ad space.
I'd be fine with that, man.
I know, most people would be. Oh, there's a 30-second ad before I can watch someone stream.
Honestly.
Whatever. They get 15 cents. Whatever.
I mean, it happens with YouTube, so literally, go for it, man.
Why not?
Like, go for it. I don't care. Ads will fund
No,
it
I brought
more.
that up multiple times that YouNow would fix nearly every single problem it has if they went that way. If they went that route and started allowing for broadcast advertisement. Because they'd be able to pay their partners with the advertisement money. They'd be able to start a partner program that isn't partnership. Like an affiliate program. Like Twitch does. You'd be able to monetize the streamers who aren't partnered or affiliated. Like what they did right now with the diamonds. The diamonds would be useful if they had ads. They'd be legit.
I mean,
You wouldn't be getting fucking .001 fucking diamond. You'd be getting fucking 1 diamond an hour.
Honestly, with
You
the
know?
diamonds, I'm legit only cashing out $75. That's about it. I really don't care.
See, I want to get it to 200. I'm at 12.
I mean, I do too, but also... Yeah, that would take...
I mean, to be fair, I'm from the Midwest. I'm not a fashion model, I'm an advertisement model.
So basically that's... But just general work is what I mean. It's because of a lot of the Scandinavian and the German and all that.
I mean, yeah, look at Chris Pratt. Minnesota.
I'm biased, so...
Obviously, you still use the term dime piece.
Cans.
Okay, the Danish actor from Game of Thrones is what? And his
Just gonna
wife,
leave that
and
there.
his wife,
Nah,
and
if
his
I'm
kids.
fucking anyone, if I'm gonna fuck anyone in Game of Thrones, it's gonna be Peter Dinklage,
Oh my god.
or it's gonna be Khal Drogo.
Oh boy.
My
I'm biased.
mom named our last hamster after him.
Well, what? Oh
Oh,
man, they
yeah.
were fans.
Bro, Jason
they
Momoa.
I'm
Right.
not.
My
I'm a
mom
weeb.
loves.
Jason
There's a
Momoa.
difference.
My
yes.
mom loves him.
I'm an
Jason
anime dork,
Momoa
so
can
there's a
get it.
difference.
Dude, Jason Momoa is so fucking funny. He's like, I knew I was gonna marry my wife when I was like 10. Because he fell in love with her on the Cosby Show.
Yeah, Lisa Bonet.
And like, good for you, bro.
It's kind of crazy. This fits on
It's
my
pretty
name
cool.
tag.
Or, I mean, Donald Glover's the other one that I'm like, yeah, you can get it.
My list is very minuscule.
Psh. You don't even know what your list is yet.
Well, I have an idea.
You have an idea, but you don't know any of your bells and whistles that are going to go along with
If I
that.
have a list, they better not be damn crazy, and they better not try to kill me.
Oh, and
See,
there's
I
no
have a
way.
list. I've checked it twice.
Cause Santa Claus is coming to town.
Call me the mailman, how I come every day.
Well, I mean, I did give a list of what standards I have. I even
I've
have a
heard
height limit.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with standards.
Nothing wrong with standards. Just as long as they're realistic.
Bino. Cooler than Coolio, stay in the studio. Flyer than Peter Pan when I'm pushing that Rufio. It's that Stone Mountain CEO. Wishing that you was me. Girls on a tour bus, keep that ratio 2 to 3.
There we go.
Flies up on A-Town, put 'em up east side till I die like we don't give a fuck. Keep 'em out so shut. Talk is cheap. We don't win in. Y'all been slow. We don't hot and you know this. Fuck the rest been chosen. Keep it up with these hoses. Still stuck with these hoses. So street like Elmo. So
still
street
muffled.
like Elmo. Pino ain't the coldest. Man, you funny like my elbow. Always on some other shit.
Yeah, there we go.
Living like type of rich. Man, what kind of life is this? Living like some licenses. Let the head out when the beat go in. I'ma wait till the beat go in. We so sophisticated.
Yo, Morgan,
What?
can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you share this broadcast in the RAF chat on Insta?
Yeah, hold up.
Thanks, Holmes. I'll be back.
Yeah. Get an Instagram pulled up. Rosario, what up?
I'ma wait till the beat go in.
Okay.
Shit, Rosario's up in here.
Just
I gotta get her ass up here.
Up. And
Happy Valentine's Day
happy Valentine's. Here's a can.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I'ma wait till the
from
beat
sitting
go in.
here eating soup.
Oh, hi. Hi, Rosario.
If only Instagram on my
Gabs and I went
computer
out
would
for
hurry
dinner.
up.
Gabs and I went out to a bar. We
Lucky.
had a couple drinks,
Lucky.
had some food. She was sick most of the day because she was hungover. She drank a bit
Ugh.
too much gin, a little too quick. It's not that she drank too much gin, it's that she drank too much too quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
frick.
gin bites
had my,
back sometimes.
had my ex text me.
Tell him to stop being thirsty.
Right.
So I guess the terms that I use are backwards.
What?
I mean,
Like I've said dime piece.
dying what?
Dime piece.
90s means a 10. That means beautiful.
It's
Well,
in there.
yeah.
That's not backwards.
Okay, now it's in.
It's just
Good.
outdated.
I know.
Okay,
Misogynistic.
But that's all I.
It's in
Oh,
there,
come on.
boy.
It's funny that a man is explaining misogyny.
Well, what about
Just saying.
misandry? There's misandry.
Misandry is definitely a problem, and especially in the current media and the current with cancel culture and all that. So I've definitely got my points against that as well, but I'm also going to point out that beauty standards are a misogynist concept. And as a model, I can also attest to that as well, because even male models need to have some feminine qualities, so that way males will be more in tune with looking at them,
Wait a minute.
and in tune with what the actual advertisement is.
Heather
I have a
just
lot
doesn't-
of feminine qualities.
You know, we should have a talk show. It's
No. I'm just trying to think. What
It's gonna be
features
called-
would those be?
It's gonna be called Heather Understands Life. But really, it's opposite day because Heather does not understand life.
Ah,
Well,
great.
not for me. Not from my viewpoint.
Not from what is considered the normal conventional.
No, I'm my own person. Anyway.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with independence. I just do my best to quell the ignorance.
Well, I do like to try to put myself in other people's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
What's in
Why do
my
you think you were allowed back? I would have been done with you a while ago. Hello, Mosh Pit. How you doing? I gotta get some Mosh Pit music up for Mosh
Yeah, when I
Pit.
talk to certain people, I'm kind of I sound contradictory.
I also thought you were gonna dump her a while ago.
Whoa.
I'm here for the jokes, Heather. Don't take it serious.
Okay. Okay.
He said, "Whoa."
You want a mosh
Issue.
pit? Let's get the mosh pit.
I miss mosh pits too, man. I miss them too. I would have been in so many more if not were for this. You know,
I've been in so many in general.
there was one I was in. I got
so much damage.
$2 out of one.
I lost a shirt in one. I lost a shoe in one.
I haven't lost anything yet because I have a method.
I got drenched in alcohol in one.
Oh, trust me, there was one at a basement show. I almost had alcohol spilt on me, but I dodged it. Just went yoink.
God, I want to see Nostradamus so bad. I cannot wait. God, I'm so excited to get back in this fucking studio. No fucking clue, guys.
But honestly, some point when I had the time to sit down and do, I'm making a grindcore album. Just
Bro, I already have my album designed. It's gonna be called Anities and Isms.
I have an idea for a song, which I don't know how I came up with the title.
Two
What?
parts. Check this out. My album is gonna be 2 parts. It's gonna be a 2-part album. 2 albums in one. And each song title is gonna contradict the opposite title. So Anity and Ism. So one song will be Christianity, and then the opposite is Satanism on the opposite album.
That's sick.
Man.
Nationalist,
Damn trippy.
and like I've got a few other ones. I've got like a bunch of them. So it's anities and isms. There's gonna be a bunch of anities and isms like humanity, and then it's gonna be like capitalism is the opposing to humanity because
What
it
about
is
insanity?
insanity. I don't know what I don't know what the ism opposite of insanity is. Rationalism, probably.
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, it's insanity and rationalism, and they're going to be diametrically opposed. They're going to be the same beats. They're going to be the same basic sounds and like everything, but they're going to be totally different types of songs. Where one will be like slow and melodic and like controlled. The other will be erratic and like intense, or whereas one might be really fast paced, the other will be a little more slow. But they're gonna be pulls, and they're gonna be really hard, and it's gonna be really dope. That's what I was looking for, right fucking there. Very rarely do I listen to this artist. Hello, Laura. How I do? I can't wait to get in the studio. You guys have no idea. I haven't been in the studio in so long. Here's to you, Laura.
Jeez, even though I have Mountain Dew.
Blighty is one of my favorite people. We got a weird set list going tonight because I have to do EDM. And I haven't decided what my next one is going to be. I've been kind of just jumping back and forth between different artists I really like. But that's okay because there's so many EDM artists I like that I can just jump around for a little bit until I find one that I can sit with for longer than 5 minutes.
That burp was lovely.
Oh, and I also did forget to mention this. I originally took my test via my heritage DNA, and it gave me, and it still is, 3% Greek/South Italian.
She's black, guys. I found out this today.
Let's not.
I was today years old. Happy Black History Month.
Actually, I'm 1.6.
Happy Black History Month.
I'm 1.6 Nigerian.
Bro, he's crying. Someone please capture a moment.
1% Kenyan.
Wait, that's what you laughing at?
Yeah.
It's like every white guy in Minnesota. I'm a 16th Sioux, or I'm a 16th Chippewa.
But I don't call myself.
You wouldn't call yourself
so-and-so.
either of those if you were part of that subset.
Well,
You'd
no,
call
I
yourself
wouldn't.
Lakota, and you'd call yourself Ojibwa. So you're obviously not.
Bro, she's whiter than her.
Oh my god!
But Greek/South Italian, that gives me an excuse to go see Turkey and see what.
No, that does not give you an excuse to see Turkey. That does not
No,
mean you are Turkish. You cannot act the culture.
Rosario,
I'm not-
you're also wrong. You're both wrong. You have the right to go see Turkey, but don't do it because of a lineage feeling.
Well, I
do
knew.
it because
saying.
Turkey's beautiful.
Well, I've always wanted to see Turkey, regardless.
I'll tell you
Then
this.
why
What,
did you need an excuse?
I don't
Right.
know. I was trying to make a joke because
Always
you know,
wanted
the
to
Greeks,
go to Israel.
well, because the Greeks have always
Did you know that
been
joke-
underwent
do you know jokes are supposed to be
persecution
funny?
by the Turks, so there's that.
Hey Heather, did you know jokes are supposed to be funny?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be mistaken.
Did you know Canadian money smells like maple?
I have Canadian money. Let me smell it. Are you serious?
I'm dead ass serious. If you have a Canadian dollar,
I do.
scratch the little
Let's go.
it's a little maple leaf on the dollar. Scratch it and sniff
let's
it.
go, let's
Scratch and sniff
They
it. It'll
got
smell like
scratch
maple.
and sniff.
Dead
Let's
ass
go.
fucking serious.
Scratch and sniff.
I don't have
Hell
any
yeah.
paper. I don't have
I'm
either paper
excited.
currency.
Oh wait,
Dude,
I
I'm
might get
dead
that.
ass serious.
I'm gonna stay.
you find
this
it?
low.
Someone sent me Canadian money. I must smell it.
I'm
I'm
dead
with-
ass, guys.
I will still
Here,
smell
let
it.
me.
That is actually part of their counterfeit system.
Where the fuck is it though?
And I
How
Wait,
fucking
to
dope
make
is
sure
that?
it's not counterfeit.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
It's
Come
not.
on,
It's really fucking smart. It's really stupid and it's really smart at the same time. And it's all to do with like maple being such a huge export of theirs that
Here it
it's
is. I found it. I found
they put
Yeah,
that
almost
as a,
like we
as,
don't
as a
have
you
these
got what?
here.
You
regular
have
dollar.
what?
I also have Lebanon money.
You mean Lebanese?
I know.
I had
Oh,
Japanese
stupid,
money,
I
but
said
I
it.
lost it.
Go ahead, scratch and sniff. All right, so when you look at it, there should be a rather large-sized maple leaf. Yep, scratch it. Sniff.
It's not doing anything.
Keep doing it then.
I mean, if it's been sitting for a while, I'm not sure how long it works, but there's a part of the dollar
A
that
little
smells
bit,
like
yeah.
maple. Yeah, a little bit.
That's so weird.
Isn't that cool?
Okay, I'm going to Canada. I'm getting some money. I'm smelling it.
Isn't that cool?
Hell
That's so
yeah.
freaking weird.
Like, isn't that cool though? Like, isn't that just like the weirdest shit?
Fucking weird. And it's also plasticky.
It is.
Then I have money. I have a euro.
Boo.
Yeah, hold on to that. It'll be a collector's piece in about 10 years.
And then Lebanese.
Well, I don't like the European Union.
What do you mean a collector's piece?
They don't like themselves. What the fuck? They don't
Well,
need you
it's
to not like them.
It's the organization
Wait,
itself.
what do you mean a collector's piece?
Yeah, the European Union's about to fall in on itself.
Oh shit.
Well, it's not sustainable.
$2 bill.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's gonna fall in on
good.
itself. So hold
I
on to a
support
euro.
dollar.
It'll be worth money because it'll be a collector piece.
This $2 bill was given to me
I have an old mark.
by my third
I used to
grade
carry
teacher.
one with me for good luck, and then I was in a
Yeah.
car accident, and then I thought
Yeah.
it wasn't so good luck.
My second grade teacher gave us this on Christmas so that we can have good luck. And everyone in the class was like, I'm going to use it at the dollar store, all this shit. And I
And
kept
you
it.
saved yours?
Just like I
Dang.
Saved mine.
That's commitment.
Because I believe in that stuff.
Well, it's still
I
commitment.
believe in magic. You know.
Oh, and by the way, I've tried to figure out what my face shape is. Can somebody
Oh,
tell
you
me?
got round face shape.
Ish.
It's
Water
round.
chestnut.
It's round.
Yep, just like my dad's.
Round.
So I can earn more. So I can do more coke.
They put my money away.
I do coke. So I can work longer. So I can earn more. So I can do more coke.
Who or what is that?
What?
What I'm listening to.
This is Kill the Noise.
Sounds familiar.
Kill the
Wanna
Noise.
see-
This is their most popular song, I Do Coke.
You want to see
Jake
what
there's
is
a-
from New York. Jake is actually an exceptional fucking artist.
You want to see an awesome birthday card?
It's a cat.
But wait, there's more.
You're an Aquarius?
See, my dad, maybe it was my grandma. Someone sent me a card that did that, and my cat made me go to the hospital and get stitches.
What did it
I
do?
also have this
It
one.
attacked me.
Right.
Oh,
It pounced on me, and since she was declawed, she only had her rear claws, and
ow.
she stuck into my like armpit right here,
That's
and
fucked.
gashed down four-ish inches, just straight down. Through a hoodie and a shirt. Just
Aw, I
fucking
just
Oh,
found
man.
something.
really bad scratch.
I just found something really sweet.
Oh.
This is my mom's ex-fiance, and he died.
Oh.
No.
I just found that in my thing. That made me like,
Oh, that's sweet.
I know.
Ah, this ain't the real thing.
Oh, what piano is that too?
This would be Slander. Oh wait, this is the wrong song.
My
This
bad
is the
parts.
remix. I don't want the remix.
Remix of what?
I want the original.
Did you see my chair?
Here we go.
Was that a remix of a Metallica song?
No, that was a remix of this song.
If you listen to
Yeah. That was a remix of this song. It's a song by AWOL Nation, R City, and Kill the Noise.
I've heard the song "Kill the Noise."
Kill the Noise is a band.
But
Well, it's not a band, it's a guy.
Well, it's also there's also
A
a
statement?
song that says "Kill the noise, kill the noise." That's what it says.
Yeah. That's him.
Okay.
That's not a song. That's like his moniker.
I know, but I just forgot what group
Yeah,
did
that's-
that.
That's him. Kill the noise. Kill the noise. Kill the noise. Where it's a chant. Give me a sec. I'll put it on.
Oh, and actually, I have a book that I've not read, even though I got it 9 years ago,
I felt that.
and I feel like I need to do away with it.
Is it the Divine Comedy?
No, it's this.
The Vietnamese War.
Well, because it seems like it has a neocon viewpoint of it, and now I regret asking for it for Christmas that time, because it was 2011.
She asked for that for Christmas when she was a youngster. She must have had things in her head.
I was a neocon, somewhat at that time, but then over time I learned and I realized this is wrong.
I work. I'm not supposed to work tomorrow, but I'm going to work tomorrow voluntarily.
It also says here on the book, the U.S. never carpet bombed urban areas during that war.
A lie.
That's what I felt. That's what I was thinking.
Wait, hold on. What?
She said U.S.
says what?
never got it.
The United States during the Vietnam War never carpet bombed urban areas. That's one of the facts of this
Lie.
book.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
No. Like, there's like, what grounds? What proof do they cite?
Oh no. He's
Like,
Squidward.
where did these hundreds of thousands of dollars of bombs disappear to?
I'm Squidward
Right.
on a Pokédex.
Where's what he said
We
about?
dropped him into an alternate dimension of like fucking Hunai. Like what? We didn't carpet bomb this dimension.
He said,
Fuck's sake.
Morgan.
Dang it! What
on
was the one they said
YouTube
about?
And YouNow.
Yes.
Wait, what's your YouTube?
Ooh.
Morgan 3000. It's literally the same.
Dangus.
Was Rosario literally looking it up?
Hey.
Where is it?
Hello, I'm Squidward on a Pokédex. Ah, Rosario glitched out.
Where
Oh
is
no!
it?
I lagged. She lagged after going, ha! Hey look, here's a flower.
I'm trying to find. 68. Okay. Okay. at the part where it says about Westmoreland, it said he was a soldier. He came from a family with a long military pedigree, was a graduate of West Point, and had been talent scouted early on as a fast-rising artillery officer. With stern, sober, hawk-like features and manner, he was an easy target for later anti-war protesters, who could depict him as a square who was too rigid and stupid to understand the alleged moral complexities of the war. It just sounds condescending, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like that book doesn't actually fact-check itself.
Well, it was made by Philip E. Jennings, who served in Vietnam with the U.S. Marine Corps, flying helicopters, and in Laos as a
Yeah,
pilot.
that definitely sounds biased.
As a pilot for Air America.
Yeah, it sounds biased.
Okay, yeah, I'm totally getting rid of this book.
What's the word of the day, kids?
Bias.
Bias!
Well, when I saw a pilot for Air America, I was like, that should have been a giveaway. By the way, I need to watch that movie.
Yeah, I've been watching Chinatown today.
Well, I gotta watch it because, I mean, yeah, it was not only is it based on a true story, but it's got Mel Gibson in it, and he's awesome.
I mean, that's definitely one interpretation.
It didn't lie. I mean, we're involved with drugs, were we not?
What the freak?
I mean,
This is
the whole
trippy.
awesomeness of Mel Gibson. Is he a good actor?
Yes.
Absolutely. Is he a good director?
Yes.
Absolutely. Is he a good person? Absolutely not.
Well, actually, I think he's misunderstood because he's bipolar.
You can be bipolar and not be an asshole.
I know. Well, the thing is, what went on between him
I'm
and
bipolar. And I'm regularly an asshole.
He's not
But
wrong
I'm an
about.
asshole in all the right ways.
He's not entirely wrong about who runs Hollywood, though.
No.
I
He's
think
just
that's
also
what his
going
point
about
was.
it in the wrong fucking way. And he always has. He waits
Well, when
until
he
he's
said-
drunk to stand up and talk about it. That's his issue. That's why
Well,
he's
when
not a
you're-
good person.
Well, when you're
If he
drunk,
has something to say, do it sober. Don't do it when you're getting fucking arrested. Just saying. 2
well,
cents.
people make mistakes when they're drunk, and they say, but he did later
you
on
shouldn't
clarify.
be discussing your fucking politics in that kind of a way, in that kind of an industry, with that specific kind of coverage and notoriety. When you have that amount of influence, you have to be very cautious and very
And I know,
attentive to
and
what
that
you
was
say
also around the time,
and what is
after-
seen in the public eye.
and that was also some years, not long after release of The Passion, and a lot of people said it's anti-Semitic or something. I don't think it is, and I haven't even seen it. But from
It's
the
a snuff
content,
film. No, it's very uncomfortable. It's just an
there,
uncomfortable
one of the
movie.
guys in my youth group threw up when he saw it.
It's uncomfortable. It's the stages of the cross, which is fine.
But it did
And I-
happen.
No, maybe.
Well, as far
we
as
still don't
the-
have enough historical evidence to prove that it did or didn't.
But it was one of the most agonizing ways to die.
Yes, and the actual form of death did actually happen. And they did a very accurate representation of what it was like for someone going to be crucified. To be fair. But it's just a very uncomfortable, very just sadistic movie. It's overly sadistic for the message it's trying to portray.
Actually,
It's
yes. So
almost-
my Orthodox friend even said, although it is accurate,
it
it's
defeats
not
its
something
purpose.
you will. It is something that is. It's way again. It is.
It defeats its own purpose.
it's overly. Well, the thing is, the Orthodox, they focus on the resurrection. That's their focus for the most part.
The whole of it, accurate though it may be, it was jarring. It was uncomfortable. And
Made people cry.
It came across in such a way that it defeated its own purpose, like I keep saying. And what I mean by that is that it was so obscene in the way that it went about it that it didn't have the message that was being tried to portray. It wasn't trying to teach the actual stages of the cross in the proper fashion, in the way that the story is meant to be told. It has an over-fixation on the torture. And so it gets lost in translation really quickly and really easily, defeating the point of the movie altogether. And so it did deserve the acclaim it did. It did deserve what it won in terms of awards. But at the same time, it almost damaged the image of the church more because
well, he is also a traditionalist Catholic, but a set of a contest, which isn't. Although he is different from his dad in that he doesn't share certain things like his dad did.
Well, and that's the thing of it. And so because he has that kind of mindset and mentality, he went gore porn instead of message. See where I'm going?
Or maybe he...
And so, I'd say it's worth seeing, but it's worth seeing on DVD so you can take breaks. Because you're going to want to take breaks. It's hard to watch. It's really hard to watch. It's a snuff film.
I mean, I get that, because he's our savior. It's our savior.
Watching,
he died. He suffered for us.
But
also,
it's got nothing to do with that. It's
if
got
you're
to
a Christian,
do with what
it
you are
is.
seeing with a human. Even beyond that, you are watching something, and it gets past and beyond that. If you're a Christian, then yes, it's your savior, whatever. But when you're watching that, that's not your savior when you're watching it. When you're watching it, you're seeing a human being just destroyed. It's got nothing to do with it. The lack of humanity in it is what makes it so hard to watch.
Not even a little bit existed.
It's ghoulish. It's extremely ghoulish. Like, that's the hardest part of it. It's got nothing to do with that it's Jesus. It could be anyone. Doesn't matter. The fact that they treated their prisoners that way, and he went, like, as purely historically accurate to what actually happened during crucifixions as possible. And it was... It's ghoulish. It's really ghoulish. It's really hard to watch. Like, it's got nothing to do with, like, and if you are a Christian, then it's got to do with your Savior, but even then, you're not watching your Savior. You're watching a human being. You're watching flesh. And that's why the message gets so lost. Yes, Mel Gibson. That's why the message gets so lost in translation, is because it's just so, it's so flesh. It's nothing to do with the story. It's just flesh. And it distorts and bastardizes the message. And that's the biggest issue with everything that Mel Gibson does. He distorts the message so much. And there's nothing there's nothing he's doing wrong when it comes to storytelling. But when it comes to, like, when he's doing his historically accurate shit, he goes so far above and beyond. It's wrong. It's fucked up. It's hard to watch.
At least we know that it exists. I mean,
well, yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. We know a lot of atrocities have been committed upon man. We know a lot of atrocities.
Pontius Pilate didn't think Jesus was guilty, though.
You don't need to watch it.
I mean, I know.
Okay? I don't need to see a man get whipped with a fucking cat of nine tails by 3 different guys. Well, they're fucking placing metal thorns on his fucking head and, like, stripping him down and, like, beating him with salt. Like, I don't need to see that garbage. Tell the fucking story. Don't emphasize the torture. There's a difference. There's storytelling and there's gore porn.
Okay, what about the Saw series?
Saw series is actually a phenomenal series because it accepts the fact that it's fucking gore porn. And it markets itself as gore porn. The Passion of the Christ didn't market itself as fucking gore porn.
Although it was only in the limited releases it had in theaters, it was mostly in churches.
Do you know why it had limited? Was because it made people uncomfortable. Not in watching it, just seeing the acts portrayed in it.
But I don't believe
I
the anti-Semitic.
I can't talk shit about something I haven't seen.
But the anti-Semitic thing and accusation
no.
it's far.
That's definitely heavily insinuated throughout the movie, and I'm not going to dispute that either. Because it is heavily fuckingly insinuated throughout the movie.
But it doesn't mean that all Jews are bad. That's not, because...
I think we're all pretty awful. Jew or not.
Yeah.
Every human being on the planet's fucking garbage.
After all...
It's just a matter of how garbage you are. Some are worse than others.
That's why there is better...
I love Kristen. I want her to come up.
There is more emphasis on the Pharisees and that rejected him.
What do you want from my life?
And the fact that Pontius Pilate did not even believe that he was guilty, but he had to do it to defeat the mob.
Not even as a friend?
No, not.
Actually, I gotta get a shower. I gotta go, y'all. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Hi,
Or used to what?
What?
How was work?
What?
How was work?
I have been in quarantine all week.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Part of that